Okay, today we're talking dog bones. Which ones are safe? Which ones are not safe? Should you cook or not cook the bones before you give them to the dogs? Let's get into it. All right, those are good dogs. Luna, good girl. Salish, good girl. Asher, good boy. Okay, first of all, to cook or not cook the bones, that is the question. And the answer is, don't cook them. Cooking the bones can make them brittle and soft, and when the dog chews on it, splinters in their mouth, get stuck in their throat. You could end up with some pretty expensive surgeries as a result of doing that. So we want to avoid cooking the bones. However, one caveat would be some of these bones, because they're raw, they could carry some bacteria with them. And it's not a bad idea to put them in the microwave for about 30 seconds. No more than that. 30 seconds will kill almost any bacteria. Okay, so what about beef bones? And the answer is yes, beef bones are great for dogs, especially as a general rule for all types of animal bones. The larger bones, the better. With beef, however, that's a big animal. And so this right here, for example, my dogs love these. This is the knee. The knee, the top of the femur and the knee sort of all cut together. Our butcher gives us these. The dogs absolutely love these bones. They're large, they're big, they're full of a lot of marrow, and there's some good tendon and tissue stuck in there for them to try to work at. So yeah, beef's probably one of the best, safest types of bones that you can give to your dogs. You might also see these bones that come pre-cut. These are beef bones. These are almost always beef bones that you see in the store. Sometimes they're in the grocery store in a frozen bag in the frozen section for the dogs. And these are great. They give the dog the marrow to work at. And these are, you know, a great solution as well. You can find these in almost every pet store, grocery store. Deer. Deer is great. Again, this is the shank, the lower shank of a deer. Great. The legs are great for a dog, the leg bones, the hoofs, and the shank. Those are great if you have access to deer or elk. The dogs love wild meat. It's wonderful for them. It's probably the best thing you can give them. However, I would steer clear from giving the dogs the rib bones. They're just thin, brittle, they can splinter. I've heard horror stories of dogs getting splinters stuck in their throats, and it's a pretty nasty surgery. So, but deer's great. Some other types of animals that have bones that are safe for dogs would include sheep, lamb, and goat. Again, sticking to the large femur bones, the larger size bones on the animal. Goat, sheep, and lamb actually have pretty dense, strong bones in comparison to many other animals. So similar to cows, those bones are less brittle and less likely to splinter for the dog. So what shouldn't we give the dogs? What are the bones that you should watch out for? The big question everybody asks is, well, what about chicken bones? And the answer is no, don't give the dogs chicken bones. The chicken bones are some of the most brittle bones out there. In fact, any bird type of bone, so turkeys, pheasants, whatever you might have that's in the poultry section, steer clear from giving those bones to your dog. They can really be a cause of a lot of choking hazards, splintering in the stomach and the esophagus, etc. So steer away from those bones, especially if they've been cooked. That's a double whammy, no answer on that. Pig bones also are a problem. The pig bones are not as dense and strong as cattle, so you'll want to steer clear from the pig bones. Now, if you happen to have a pig ear, fine. A pig tail, fine. A hoof, fine. And if you're lucky enough to maybe get a femur bone from a pig, that's going to be okay too, as long as they're raw. But steer away from the rest of the bones on a hog or a pig, because they're really brittle and can injure the animal. So I hope that answers a lot of the questions that you might have about which bones are safe and which ones are not. And if you have another opinion, or if I missed something or you'd like to correct me, go ahead and put your comments down in the comments section. I'd love to hear about it. All right, thank you. That's it for today.